We're here with Coach Teevens following the 24-21 loss at Yale this past Saturday. A tough loss. Once again, that's 3 straight tough losses, Coach. An overtime, double overtime, and now a 3-point loss on the road. And there were opportunities at every turn. This team is that close to being 4-0, but the reality is it's 1-3. So how do you message going forward with your team?
Well, it's certainly disappointing to come out on the short end of it, but also encouraging to, hey, we're in a position, and the margin for error is very, very slim. And we've had opportunities in each of the ball games to win a football game, and either did make a play or allowed a play to be made. So when you see the competitive level of the guys, their work ethic and so forth, we're putting ourselves in a position to win, just got to convert it.
Well, this past week you also had the challenge of not having Nick Howard available to you at quarterback, and so you're putting somebody behind center, Dylan Caldwell-Waller, that had very little experience in games, and he really came through.
No, he really did. We're very, very impressed with him, have had great confidence with him. He was set back a little bit. COVID hit him during preseason. He missed 6-8 days. But getting back in, having an opportunity to take, Nick did not practice at all, so take all of the reps really benefited him. He's a smart guy, and he's a very talented quarterback. He can run the football. We saw his touchdown run, but also very, very accurate. And the completion percentage was very high. He was opportunistic. That's really expanded the quarterback picture, if you will. And I think that'll be very beneficial as we go forward.
And it really showcased the talents of some of your wide receivers. Johnny Barrett had a career day, made some incredible catches, one for a touchdown, another one down the sideline, 30-yard gain, terrific catches all around. And it really goes to show, you know, this team has got a lot of talent.
Yeah, exactly right. And we've talked about that. We were one-dimensional and having to expand. And the unfortunate that Nick was injured, but it did provide an opportunity to kind of open up. And we'll get back to a 2-quarterback system we've talked about for the last couple of weeks with confidence that both guys have skill sets and abilities. And the nice thing is Howard can throw the ball well, and Cadwallader can run the ball well. And putting 2 guys in the field at the same time, it will create some problems for opposing defenses.
Speaking of defense, the defense gave up quite a bit of yards this past week. 270 rushing yards was the most in a decade that the team had given up. But at the same time, they still managed to keep Yale within range, only allowed 24 points. That Yale offensive line was really big and was able to maneuver their running backs around pretty easily. But at the same time, some big plays. Sean Williams with the interception got Rookie of the Week this week too.
Yeah, they're a very physical team. That's probably as good an offensive group as we've seen from Yale. And they were physically, I mean, they pushed us around up front. We've got some big guys up front that work hard. Shane Cokes, I thought, played a very, very solid football game for us. But the rushing yards, we've got to hold point a little bit stronger than we did last week. The running back was very, very gifted, but we got some gifted guys to make plays and make tackles. We still were hurt by some of the bubble screens, the run-pass option passes. Still need to get off blocks in the secondary. But to your point, they drives but stopped. 3rd down, 4th down stops were huge for us and kept us in a position to win a football game. The turnover, we wish we had more. They drop one, they fall on it, and sometimes they twist of fate. But Sean Williams' interception, very athletic. Nice to see a true freshman back there making some plays, and then his run after the fact. And he was that far. But that's the key is the bend but don't break and being opportunistic offensively.
Well, this week, the last non-conference game of the year, and the Granite Bowl Trophy is on the line. Bragging rights in the state of New Hampshire between the only 2 Division I teams. UNH off to a 4-2 start this year, and they're 4-0 in the CAA. A strong start for them, but there's also opportunities here to actually get your team back on the winning track.
Yeah, they're a talented group, and they're playing good football. Ricky Santos, their first-year head coach, has got the guys mobilized, and they're working hard. It'll be a big challenge for us. They're physical, they're aggressive, and to get a team like that in here, we've got to come ready to play, and that's the push all week long. It's the next ball game. The opponent doesn't matter, how we play does. And let's put our best effort out there on Saturday afternoon in front of a home crowd.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck this weekend, and we'll see you out there at Memorial Field, 1:30 on Saturday on ESPN Plus as well.